Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica here, and as you can see, I have two very special guests here. I mean three. Yeah, we have two special guests here with me today, and this is Melissa.
Hi!
And this is Sabrina.
Hi!
And they are my classmates as well as my group mates for almost all my assignments in uni. And the reason why I invited them over today is because we want to share something about study tips and how we survive our degree life with you guys. And I realized that most of my videos are about makeup, fashion, travel, and then most of you might be wondering, wow, this girl only study, what is it? So chill life is it, like uni life? So I just want to tell you guys that it's possible to juggle between your social life, your fun life, and studies at the same time.
And work.
Yeah, and work. Yes, because three of us do work during our uni life.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we want to do this video. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you guys, and let's get started.
Okay, I think first thing you need to understand how you yourself study best, because we are the ones who know ourselves best. So for example, do you have photographic memory? Do you study best by listening to your lecturers? Do you study best by understanding and reteaching it to yourself? Or do you study best by writing it down and forming your own notes?
Yeah, so for me, the way I study is I write my own notes. I don't study based from the textbook itself. Because I don't recommend studying from the textbook because there's too much information in the textbook. And always there are like nonsense on it. Like there's so much nonsense.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
But at the same time, the textbooks, it gives you really good examples for your elaborations and things like that. But yes, ultimately understand yourself. So if so throughout your entire semester, you know how much time you will need to study and how you can make yourself memorize easier. So technically another one is like, know if you're a last minute person or not. Some people, they work better with stress, some people they need more time to study. So if let's say you know like what kind of person you are, then it's better for you to adapt it to that way that you are. Yeah, like for myself, it's easier for me to understand the chapter and then I'll have to re-teach it back to myself, or I have to teach it to a friend and we'll like pretend to be lecturers. I don't like memorize word by word. For me, it's like I would rather understand it and then in the exam, I write it out in my own words. Because if I memorize it word by word, I'll be like, oh shit, like what is it? I'll panic. Lets your lecturer know that you actually understand the subject and you're not just memorizing it word for word.
And then one of the tips that I use is I use acronyms a lot.
If your question says like, what are the 3 characteristics of Jessica? So you can say like, oh, she's gorgeous, she's generous, she's enthusiastic, and that forms into like GGE or EGG. Like an egg. You can say like Jessica's an egg.
That's right.
That's not the greatest example, but you get what we mean.
And one more useful study tip that I use is we always like test each other.
Text each other the whole entire night before the exam. Or voice notes each other to teach each other like over the phone. Like a pop quiz for each other kind of thing.
It really helps with your memorization, and then you can, at the same time, you can also learn from each other. For example, if you don't really understand like this chapter, you can always ask your friends. And then when your friends teach you in their own words, you will kind of like get the meaning more. And people will explain it in terms where you will understand each other. Because it's like conversing, like when you talk to each other like daily life, you kind of remember conversations. So when you teach your friends, it's in a way like conversations that you will remember. Oh yeah, I've talked about this before with somebody. You know, that kind of thing. And sometimes after exams, you'll be like, remember that time when you asked me this question? It came out! That's so true.
We mentioned that how we usually study is by testing each other and conversing with friends, but then again it runs back to our first point where, you know, some people prefer to study alone and they actually study better alone, and some people just prefer to have study groups. Personally, I don't enjoy study groups, but I prefer having just 1 or 2 friends to study with. Not a big group, just maybe just a small one.
So it's very important to get yourself study partners that will motivate you to study. Alright, so besides the study tips that we have shared, we also would like to share some of the general ways to survive uni life. So the first tip is to have a right mentality, like the positive mentality. Because a lot of you might just aim for a pass. I'm not saying that study is everything. I'm not saying that results is like the world. I'm just trying to say that many people will just aim for a pass, but don't let that limit yourself from achieving better. Like you can do better.
I mean, it's like most importantly, it's like you yourself must have that willingness to want to achieve it. Then that's how you really get that.
I think like in short, you just have to be self-motivated and self-driven. Like you have to be self-motivated as in like you could, like not for your parents' rewards and not for certain things in life that you will get if you achieve these things, but it's more of like what you want to achieve for yourself.
Okay, the next point is mixing with the positive people that positively affect you also helps a lot in uni.
Group mates are very important.
Yes.
We definitely motivate each other. You don't know the amount of times that we said like, oh Jessica, so yesterday I cried. I cried also. Yeah, but we know that like having positive influence and positive friends around you, even on days when you're just like super demotivated to study and achieve your goals, your friends will push you because they know that you can do it.
Yes.
We're here to motivate you to do it.
Yes. And another point is group assignment and quizzes are very important. You don't belittle those little points because
1% means a lot.
Yes, there are always like 10% quiz all the time. But then people be like, oh, 10% only, like never mind lah. But you don't think about that because that 10% is actually very important to help you achieve the B or the A you want. So while I was in my uni, like degree life, I juggled between 3 part-time jobs as well as my studies. I work as a social media like associate with a company, and I also work like online part-time job. At the same time, I was juggling between like blogging and creating videos for you guys, and also studies. Yeah, people always ask me, how do you survive? Like, how do you juggle between all those like part-time jobs as well as the last semester, final semester? It's important to set your priorities right. And then like, you have to set a timetable for yourself. For example, if you want to work, then you can work for just like maybe 3 days a week, and then the rest you spend it on your assignments, you spend on studies. So it's very important to set a timetable for yourself. And I would say balance is very important.
Time management.
Yeah, time management and balance. Because if you keep studying, it's very boring. Yeah, you lose the fun part of uni. You always have to make sure there's a balance in your life.
Work life, study life, social life,
sleeping
relationships.
I know it's hard. And
sleeping is like we barely slept during uni.
Gotta catch up on your series, your movies.
I know it's hard, but if you really plan out your schedule properly, I think it shouldn't be a problem.
So the last point is that you should never be afraid to ask for help or ask for questions. If you are struggling to finish up these assignments, or you're struggling to understand this subject, this lecture, always feel free to ask your friends. You don't have to be afraid of coming off as stupid to your friends or your lecturers. I'm sure there are so many people out there who will be willing to help you.
Just based on my experience, when I first entered a foundation, I didn't know anything about citation. So I didn't know anything about citation, so I was doing an assignment, so the lecturer was like, oh, you need to cite this. And then after that, when I got back my results, I nearly get failed. Really? That's that happened during my foundation year. I was like,
because of citation.
Because of citation. Because I don't know how to cite properly at all.
You cite this for me, guys.
Whenever you're not sure of anything, just ask. And citation is very important. I really need to
It really is though.
So one of the tips also is also using Google Scholar. A lot of people ask me like where to find like proper sources to cite in their assignments. So I would suggest like Google Scholars, and if your school provides like
database, like online databases, like use them, utilize them.
Online databases, you pay a lot. Okay, so before I end this video, I just want to tell you guys that this is not like a complete guide that you have to follow step by step. This is just what we have learned throughout our uni life, and this is just like our experience. So feel free to use some tips that we have just shared if you find it useful for you. And I'm so glad that our effort got paid off, because a few days ago we just got back our official transcript and graduated with first class honors.
Happy graduation!
We are just so glad and so relieved that our hard work got paid off. And if we can do it, I believe you guys can do it too.
We hope that these tips are helpful for you guys.
Alright, so if you find this video helpful, do give us a thumbs up and do follow them on their social media account to see their pretty pictures. Alright, so I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Okay, so firstly, I think one of the you really have to identify how you understand.